I was born to destroy music, and they know that. I'm probably not gonna get anything out of it, but it's not for me. It's for the glory of the Lord. Man, I've already struck so many poses when it comes to music and the music industry. And there ain't nobody gonna notice me. I mean, we're all here on the earth, so they could, put me in some grass or put a blanket over me or, keep me off of the airwaves, do whatever they want as much as they can. Everybody knows I'm here, there ain't no one they can hide me from. We're all the same. It's only, the Lord God who, stands up above there and, smiles at his accomplishment and his plan. When I came here to do music.
Only if I know you wouldn't take me like what I'm asking to leave touching would be better only if I had your time, your time. There's a touching your brain has become a painful experience for me, and I wish that you would come back with one tear from my eye, so I could get a second chance to save you from the criminal who took your life. It was a cold night, and you deserve to feel my body, deserve to feel my body. I'm in a empty house. I see your face everywhere, and things would be better only if I had you still not there. Still sugar, still baby, still lover. Things would be better only if I had your time.
I want to help out so bad. See, I was in jail back in 2007, and I knew I wasn't gonna come out, so I had a little talk with one of the officers, and I said to him, yo, man, what am I doing wrong, man? Am I bad? Am I a bad person? Why am I in here? You know what I mean? And he said to me, he said, yo, don't worry, about, what's, right, what's wrong, you know what I mean? Just, focus on, doing what's right, and that's really when, when I came out in 2008, is really when I, settled down and started working on my music. But, what I learned, what I realized that, cop didn't know is that you have to know what's right. So, yeah. See, this is what it looked like on my block at 3 a.m. in the morning. So, if D-Love out doing his music stuff at 3 a.m. in the morning, why can't I get some support? You know what I mean? See, this is what it looked like here out on my block at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm out still hustling CDs. This is what it looked like. Started off with, like, the guitar, learning guitar. With like, the inspiration of the islands and reggae artists such as like Bob Marley and them guys. So, it went hand in hand too, because at that time I was in my parents' home country of birth and all that kind of stuff. And, the seashores and all that stuff. My belief in, Rastafarism and all that stuff. And, sometimes I go out to the seashore and sit on the rocks and, sing over the waves and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's how I started out in music, roots reggae, and as an artist anyhow, but like I said, I grew up in R&B, but actually started writing reggae music, so, yeah, so, it's like actually one of the first songs that I wrote on the guitar, and I always used to play it and stuff like that in the house, and until I ended up going and recording it, in the studio, so I think it goes something like this. I won't be able to play the full song for you because my top strings are broke, and I don't have a middle string, so I believe this is a E and whatever. I took the class, I can't remember, Oh yeah, and big up artists there too, so, anyhow, I think I can see if I remember how it went, something like. I was introduced to the geniuses in the music, and the artists at a young age, around the age of, 19, and then I even became, shortly after, an artist myself, and the family of artists never stopped. I even, adapted an artist in my life, and, now we are both, on that path of becoming geniuses in the music, business as well. In my house as a child, they always had Motown playing. At that time, that's what was being created, and, Michael Jackson was really big. And, the older cats in the game, they, really fond of him and, his accomplishments and what he was able to do and achieve. And, people like Smokey Robinson, the Temptations, Four Tops, all those people. So, we grew up with people like that. And, based on the history of Motown, it brought through the influences of Babyface, and, L.A. Reid, all them kind of people, you know what I mean? So that's what's been stringing along. And then, L.A. Reid kind of branched out into like the Beyoncés and the, Lil Waynes and stuff of the world right now, Eminem's and, the 50 Cents and all them people. And then, you always had them, cats who, was doing their own thing, like, Master P, DMX, those people, kind of people, you know what I mean? So, what was it called? I think it's Interscope or something like that. They had a big team, you know what I mean? They carried a lot of people, and they were the ones who were basically pumping the soul music. You know what I mean? I don't know why I was, brought to discover, people like Bob Marley or, so-and-so in the game. And, and then eventually people like Michael Jackson. Again, when I started, you know, writing music or deciding to write soul music. You know, even elders like Dionne Warwick and, you know, Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle, all them people, you know, we were all fond of their talents and what they can do, and everybody knew they could sing, but, you know, everybody knew they couldn't touch their talent, but, you know, there were certain, you know, cats in the game who stood out, you know, like the Bob Marleys, and, you know, I think you'll call them like rebels, you know what I mean, people who, you know, change the world, you know, with what it is they do. You know, and not just participate, you know, so I guess I'm on that kind of same level when it comes to music, and somehow, you know, I started writing R&B music, and that's what I want to continue to do, and, you know, I'm not sure how that's going to tie in with, you know, changing the world, but all I can say is that, you know, based on my path that, you know, was given to me through my music career and history, my R&B is going to be very changeable. So, yeah, you know, and, you know, it's like that. So, yeah.
So many dreams have been spent alone, and I don't have the heart to...
On the block, in the AM. Man, life is hard, man. I've been here for 33 years. My block. This is my block. Let's see. Been here for 33 years, man. I wish I could get out this place. Get away from this life. Man, I sing so good. I try so hard, you know. I go to sleep singing. I sing in my dreams. I wake up singing. You know, and can't get no recognition, you know. I'm singing and try so hard, you know. So I can't get no recognition. So all you gotta do is keep on trying, you know. Maybe one day I get out of here, you know.
Might have been dreaming, but for some reason I was there. Don't ask me how I know the lilies touch the water from the top of the tree. I say it's vines, cause how lilies supposed to touch the water from the top of the tree? Deep water, up to the tree's knees. Paddling the boat, my curious lace, no joke. Matching hat, she tipping, she calm. She know we'll find some dry land in a playground. I'm always building them houses, sweet turning around. I bet you when we reach...
See? This is a school I graduated from here. I didn't start out in this high school. I actually started out in a more academic high school, you know. You know, when I was there for, you know, academics and stuff like that. It was a good choice. The only thing is that their athletics wasn't compatible. So this school here stiffed me for an athletic scholarship, and then when I came here, they ended up canceling their athletics team. Football to be more specific. But yeah, this is a school here I graduated from, you know, in my neighborhood, high school. They didn't want me to graduate, you know. Still got it though. So man, I got a lot out of this school still. A lot of respect teaching. This is actually where I developed my interest in artistic, you know, talent, acting. Well, not really, but this is where I proved that, you know, I am what I said as far as it came to drama class and creative arts and painting and all that stuff. So yeah, you know, this is where, you know, I did most of my stuff. This is where I turned into a man, you know.
Thinking about the rain, we came out. Thinking about the pain, I see into your mind, now I'm in your game. By the river, where they wash their feet.
Yeah. On my way to visit one of my first baby mamas in the hospital. You know, she's a netter, you know, victim of like the police brutality and all that kind of stuff, you know, here in the city. Hold on, I'll show you. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good, good, good. Nice to see you again.
Hi.
How you doing? You getting better?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so, yeah, she, you know, has like the mental illness and stuff too, you know how it goes, so it's tough here in the city, you know what I mean? Sometimes I just, you know, come here and, like, you know what, make sure that she's alright, you know, just check her, you know. Trying to know it's gonna be alright, you know what I mean? You don't have to offend someone back when, you know, they offend you, you know. What don't kill you, make you strong, kind of thing. Anyways, you got all these chips and stuff here. Here.
I'm rather with that. You have to eat that, though.
Oh, the peanuts? I like the peanuts. And all your finished peanuts. So what you got there, you got broccoli. Got some carrots and stuff. Yeah, so anyhow, you know, that's how it is. It's tough for us here, you know, in the city. Me, myself, I'm a consumer survivor. You know, I went through the same stuff with the police, you know. Like I was telling you back in my school that I graduated from, you know, and, you know, just came up to me and, like, approached me, started questioning me and all that kind of stuff for no reason. And I ain't even about that kind of stuff, you know. I'm like a professional dude, you know. Always been in school, always been at work. I mean, never hanging out, never in a gang. So I didn't fit that gang profile. I couldn't figure out why the cops was trying to harass me. But yeah, you know, that's how it is.
Hi, my name is Tanya. I like her really much. He's my favorite visitor. He visits me all the time and takes good care of me. I love him and I never stop.
Gym now. Show y'all, you know, what I used to do as a youngster. I actually took the program, started out at the age of 15, doing boxing, competitive boxing. Actually started out in this school here. This is a school right across where my parents was at. Rayburn is also where I started kindergarten and graduated grade 5. Yeah. So actually they had like a after school program here and I ended up going, and then, you know, the coach said I had natural talent, and then after I started going to this boxing gym after that, started training, and shortly after I got my first fight. And I won a couple trophies and all that stuff. Just one of the sports I was, you know, involved in. Besides, like, you know, football, soccer, all those, everything. I liked everything, all sports, really. The only thing I really didn't have much practice at was hockey. So, I went pretty far. You know, despite, like, my injuries, my dislocated knee from soccer and my broken collarbone from football. But I did pretty well. Yeah, so, you know, won a couple of cups, couple of championships, couple of knockouts. You know, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I would have went a little bit further though. You know, the struggle ended up getting to that career, but I'm gonna go back in right now. I'm gonna show y'all what I could do, and not what I used to do, and what I could still do now, what I do now, whatever, you know, and just, you know, hit it up from there. Yeah. I always had a passion for music, though. You know, I held that down, you know, always during my boxing career, I always held that down, you know. Listening to like groups like Jodeci, Drew Hill, you know, memorizing all their songs, you know, practicing their vocals. So in a way I was kind of taking like vocal instructions and nobody really knew. You know? I guess the people around me were able to hear the voice that I actually had, being able to sing like these people who were big stars at that time, you know? So at the age of 15, I was club hopping like crazy, you know, and car renting too like crazy. You know, I used to let my older friends rent the cars for me and stuff like that. I had this older cousin and this older guy on my soccer team, you know, I'd give them the money, they would go rent the car and, you know, drive it and, you know, drop it off for me, and I would have it for however long I rented it, usually like at least a week, you know, so, you know, I was changing cars like crazy, you know, this nice little professional dude, you know what I mean, walking around, you know, I was actually started working too around that time, like the age of 16, you know, at a corporate office called Cytel Canada, formerly known as Cytel Canada. Anyways, now Rogers bought them out. You know, it was a sales job, telemarketing. It's pretty good. I was there for about a year, and then after they fired me, you know, without explanation. So, you know, I could have took legal action, but, you know, I was too young to know all that stuff. I just left and said, who cares, you know? I was so carefree back then, you know what I mean? You know, so, yeah. But, you know, I was like club hopping, like I said, driving to school, you know what I mean? And, you know, brand new cars, all this stuff, and club hopping, you know. All my boxing friends always want to go to the club. You know, I borrowed my cousin's ID, get into the clubs and all that stuff. It's funny though, one time I remember being at this club downtown, and the bouncer goes to me, "You ain't Rory Ellis?" That's my cousin. He's like, "You ain't Rory Ellis?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." He's like, "No, you ain't. I play football with Rory Ellis." So it was kind of funny because I was like, all right, he's my cousin, so that's the only way I got in, you know. Besides that, majority of my, you know, boxing team was bouncers and all that stuff too, so I would always get into the clubs that way too, you know. So yeah, you know, it's pretty cool. Good teenage life, you know. Traveled all of Ontario basically, you know, down to the Niagara Falls there, back up to the Kingston way. You know, thank God it was just for boxing and it wasn't for nothing else. Yeah, I was big in Trenton. They liked me in Trenton and Oshawa. They loved me out there. You know, Pickering and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I was also the champ. I was also the champ of the Motor City Boxing Club tournament or event. It was called the No Fear event. Actually, that's where I got my first knockout. Actually, so yeah, you know, it's pretty good. So yeah, I don't know what happened to do just. I don't know, he didn't come to fight. It started off pretty good, but you know, I don't know, I guess I want to stop throwing them punches that time, and you know, even after the ref stopped the fight, I remember giving him a nice uppercut, popped his head back, you know, and yeah, that's how it goes. They always used to, you know, bother me and, you know, tease me and stuff like that. Say I don't hit too hard. I hit like a feather or something. Even though when I was starting off at the age of 15, I was only 115 pounds, so I was really, really small, you know. But you know, I guess they just wanted me to hit even harder. So yeah, that's how it would go, you know. Really fast dude too, really fast, really smooth. Always doing the shuffle in my fights and stuff like that. You know, that was the trend, you know, that was the trend. You know, everybody was coming off of the alley, you know, the alley movements and what he used to do in his fights. And you know, I just wanted to be up there with the best, you know, and be one of the best. And actually, once I got into it, one of the best wasn't good for me, good enough anyhow, you know. I then started wanting to be the best. So, yeah, I guess, you know, that's where I took my skill level to. And then just left it right there, you know.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Genius Production.
See, this is where I work. Look, I'll give you a toy. This is where they made the first Mattel dolls back in the 1950s. Barbie's usually here. This Barbie class, secretary. Ken's usually in there somewhere. See if Ken's here. Ken's door's locked. Ken's not here. Artistic office. Yes. Remember Anna Nicole? Don't tell her I said that. Here's my boss. Hey, Deb. How's it going, Shay?
I'm good, you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Are you documenting something?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Oh boy.
Definitely am. I'm doing my music thing, you know, when I want to just let the people know where my family's at, where I come to in the daytime, you know, to try to support my family and stuff like that. So, you know, so I'll let you get back to your stuff. I know you're real busy, you know, so I'll come back in a bit, all right? Okay, peace. All right. Let me show you my desk. There's me and my partner's desk in here. You know, I'm a little bit early, so, you know, here's my desk right here. Where I do my thing, you know what I mean? You know, make my sales and stuff like that, you know, get the people interested, or be like, you know, morning Max Global kind of thing, you know, so, yeah, so, you know, this is my nice view that I got out here, you know what I mean? It's a beautiful view that I get to look at, you know, relax while I'm making these sales, so, yeah, anyhow, so, you know, it's time for me to clock in, so I'm gonna do my thing, you know, and I'll holler back at you, you know, and, you know, take it from there, alright? Thanks, peace.